All right. Let's see what we got in the bucket today. Not a lot. Let's do this wrench. It was seized. It is seized. Oh, seize is broken, at least in that little bit. That's good. So we'll start on that today. Stinks like vinegar. So put it in here. A little bit more baking soda. Let that sit for a few minutes. We'll see what we can't do about it. All right. See you in a few minutes. Okay. Let that wrench soak for a little bit. Neutralize the acid. Get a chunk of leather to wrap around the handle. Keep from getting banged up too much. You're going to be banging on it. We have our recently revived screwdriver here, which is made for hammering on, specifically. Hammer on it. You just judiciously apply a little bit of force to this thing. Try and crack it loose. A little bit more. Crack it again. Okay. That didn't quite do it. Pop a little bit in the other direction. See if it goes that way any. It travels in both directions a little bit, but not nearly enough. See if we can brush any of the loose stuff out of there. It's kind of nasty. I want to get it to work because it's a nice little wrench, but wire wheel it. See if that helps. Just a bit of We're only getting but a tiny bit of movement out of it. But we are getting some. I'm going to try and clean out the inside of this little tube here. That's what's jammed up. We'll try and clear that out. If there was a way to get this wheel out, I'd do that. The wheel does turn. I mean, it turns, it grips the threads, but it doesn't move them at all because it's stuck. So let's see what happens. And get some WD-40 on there. See if we can't get any more movement out of it. We'll brush it down. Break away any of that loose rust and chrome. Might be jamming it up. And that down in there too. Okay. Now let's see what happens with the hammer. Tip you up a bit. Okay. A little bit more movement each time. This is nice. Nope. That did it. It's starting to move. See if we can work and wiggle this thing a little at a time. Oh, it opens up. That's nice. All right. Got it to the point where it moves. at least a little bit. So I'll keep working it back and forth until it's loose. Until it opens and closes all the way, which it don't do right now. You can see there's a gap in there. Well, it's really tight on the end there. So I'll keep cleaning off bits and pieces of it. I'll bring you back when it's actually moving so we can clean it properly. All right. Right. So it opens as far as it's supposed to open. And now, as far as it goes, reaches the end of the thread on the screw there, as you can see. It closes as far as it's supposed to close, which is when the jaws meet. Yeah. It jams a little bit, but that just needs to be worked to work. So at that point means we can clean it up, sand it, clean it up again. So let's do this. I think there's a relatively, I won't say a clean spot, but a less dirty spot on this rag that we can use for this. I want to clean off those threads as best I can on that slide as best I can. Because that's the stuff that'll jam up in there. Yeah. I did have to take a toothpick and pull a bunch of crap out of that little hole. That was jamming it, stopping it from closing all the way. What this will do is those rough edges where the chrome is flaked off, it'll smooth them down a little. As cheap chrome flakes off, it's often sharp enough to cut you. You don't want that. But due to the advent of the cheap chrome, there's actually no real rust on it. Okay, so we now have this one. I'm going to put a last bit of WD-40 on it. And that'll go back in the toolbox. And when you do oil stuff, WD-40 or whatever, get all the little holes and spaces and nooks and crannies. There you have a working wrench. All right. Next time, it's probably going to be a circular saw blade because I got a couple of those in there. Or a pair of scissors, not sure which. But like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying watching these, and we'll talk to you next time.